All right, guys, well, I'm back today with one of the most versatile suppressors I've ever had out to the channel, the Resilient Suppressors Ramblin Man 46 cal. Now, this is not only versatile, it's modular and adjustable for whatever you can possibly think of. And there's four main versatility points that I want to quickly discuss before talking about the basic specs and features, why you would want something like this, and its performance down at the range. The first is it is adjustable when it comes to overall length, having a short and long configuration. The second is it's R-Series end cap compatible. The third is that it's hub compatible on the end to allow you to run fixed barrel spacers, tri-lugs, and pistons for pistols. And the fourth is the caliber rating going from 300 rum down to 22 long rifle. If I haven't got your attention yet, then you don't know how cool that actually is, that it can do all of those things and do a lot of them very well. Now, you'll hear that saying, jack of all trades, master of none. I think Resilient Suppressors redefine that saying, jack of all trades, master of a freaking lot. These guys do a lot well, and this one can. Now, why would you want something like this? And that answer is in the last statement I made. A lot of times, guys only want to purchase one or two cans because of the $200 tax stamp associated with the suppressor, and maybe they're just kind of getting into suppressors or want one can for a few different tasks that can be really modular so they don't have to spend a lot of money. Money's tight right now, and people just don't want to dump money into one can for one specific purpose, then money into another can for another specific purpose, especially when there's cans out like the Ramblin Man that do a good job of a lot of different purposes. Now let's talk about the basic specs and features, caliber ratings, things like that, and then we'll talk about its performance. Now, the length with the long configuration is right at about 7.72 inches, so a fairly long, voluminous can with a diameter of 1.49 inches, so really good on sound suppression. Now, the length with the short overall configuration is 5.46 inches, which is nice for those shorter, lighter weight packages, maybe on a PCC or a lightweight bolt-action rifle for hunting applications. The weight with the long mount is right at about 8.8 ounces, and with the short, right at about 6 ounces. It's a DLC-coated high-temp Cerakote, and then you also have the mounting capability of hub threads on the back, and this is what I want to start off with. Now, the hub threads are going to be the 1.3 by 7.5/24 industry standard for suppressors, meaning you don't have to just use some Resilient Suppressors exclusive mounting pitch or thread pitch or mounting adapters. You can use any of the industry's hub compatible mounts that will fit on here, and with those hub threads you've got a YHM product like this YHM tri-lug adapter that fits perfectly and works really well. You also have something like this titanium piston booster from Resilient Suppressors, which is hub thread, and this allows you to run different piston boosters on here to run this on pistols. So if you run it on a 9mm, you can throw the 9mm piston in here. The spring is encapsulated and it works out great. The other cool thing about that is Resilient Suppressors takes that modularity one step further, and it's actually for use with Resilient, Silencer Co., and YHM pistons. So you can utilize this piston adapter for those three companies' pistons, again, expanding the ability to run this on whatever you can possibly think of, and also have dual purposes for a lot of the accessories you already have in hand. For instance, I already had a hub-compatible tri-lug adapter. No need to buy another because it fits on the hub compatible threads. I had a lot of fixed barrel spacers that are hub compatible. Those fit right on the end for direct threads. This particular one is 1/2 by 28. I've got 5/8 by 24 on the end of this for the 44 mag and 44 special and 308s that I was running. And then the other end of it, you've got an R-Series end cap compatibility that allows you to really mate up everything nicely. If you're running this on a 30 cal, you can run the 30 cal end cap. If you're running it on a 9mm, you can run the 9mm end cap, or you can do any other R-Series suppressor end caps that fit your needs perfectly. So again, insane modularity out of this design. Now, because of YouTube's policies, I don't know if I can show you removal and installation of different components, but you kind of get the drift of how easy everything is. The other cool thing about that is it's incredibly compact in the small configuration, and these actually utilize off-the-shelf tools, so no special tools to require. The 1/2-inch drive 5/8 deep socket with the 12-point connection right here fits on the end of that perfectly, and that's what you can use to adjust everything and tighten all of the end caps down. You also have the ability to swap out the different piston boosters with those 12-point compatible compatible sockets, so it's very modular when it comes to the tool use, no special tools required. And Resilient Suppressors is really taking the time to make these as easy and versatile and modular as possible, yet still work incredibly well. But how does it perform? It's definitely going to be rifle rated, but it is not going to be FA rated. And you're going to have to watch just mag dumping with 5.56 or 308. For the rifle rated, it's going to be more of those few shots down at the range, take a mag, let it cool, shoot another mag, or hunting application. So if you wanted to run this on something like a 223 5.56 for varmint hunting, you're going to be good to go. Throw it on a bolt action 308 to take large game, you're going to be good to go. All the way up to 300 rum, 300 PRC, and 300 Win, you're looking at a 22-inch minimum barrel length. It starts stepping down to about 16 inches for 4570, 30-06 and 2250, about 14.5 inches for 308 6.5 Creedmoor, 10.5 inches for 5.56 similar calibers, all the way down to 5-inch barrel restrictions on 300 Blackout Subsonic, which is another great use of this can. Now that's where I did start mag dumping with subsonic ammo because it does not heat up at all. And with those fixed barrel hub compatible spacers on the back, you can thread this right onto a 300 Blackout. It makes it amazing subsonic 300 Blackout can. Or with the same thread pitch, throw it on the 44 mag like the G-Force Arms saddle horn that we utilized in the video, and this thing is insanely quiet and does really well. On pistols with the titanium booster house, this thing worked out great. They made this work perfectly with their can, and it does a good job. Ran this on the Ruger RXM, a couple of Glocks, and a few others. Cycled great, no issues whatsoever. And it was actually a fairly low back pressure design without a ton of debris blasting back in my face, so it makes an amazing semi-auto pistol can. Not only that, with the tri-lug adapter, with that lower back pressure design, it works out incredibly well. Throwing this on a tri-lug 9mm PCC like an HK Roller Lock clone or something like that, and it did an amazing job on that as well. I fired this on 7.62x39 bolt action rifle with supersonic ammo, and the sound suppression was really good. And across the board, it just did a lot of things well. About the only thing this can can't do is like a burn down with mag after mag after mag and really heat it up. The manufacturer recommends that you don't bring it past 750 degrees, but you can dig into some of the manufacturer's recommended things. There is a lot too many to list of the individual specs and features, but in summary, this works out great in a wide variety of applications. For me, it's either going to be a dedicated lever gun can because it worked so well and it was so quiet, or a dedicated tri-lug 9mm can, or heck, maybe even a subsonic 300 Blackout can, but it's hard to decide because it does a lot of things well. I absolutely love this can. Thanks to Resilient Suppressors for sending us out to test and evaluate. Love the modularity, love the versatility, whether it's your first can or your 20th can. This is a good one to add to the collection because, again, of all of the interchangeability and success down at the range. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.